you doing, folks? You're watching Gamer Logic. I'm Mike Murtis, and today we're taking a look at Bandai D-Art's Megaman X figure that they released. And here's Megaman X right here, and I gotta say, this is probably my Megaman figure of choice, even though he does have one disappointing factor to it. Now, I've always been a fan of the Mega Man games. Obviously, my first Mega Man game I ever played was Mega Man 2 on the NES, and I played 2 through 6 on there. But I gotta tell you that when the Super NES version of Mega Man X came out, there was just something about it that I appreciated more than the original Mega Man. It just seems to have a darker sense to it, a more serious, more mature look on Mega Man. And maybe I appreciated that more when I was a kid, just because I think by the time it came out I was like 11 or 12. And I think I was just getting more mature, and I was interested in more serious topics, and X just kind of seemed to fit along that nudge nicely. So I've always had a little bit more love for Mega Man X than I have the original Mega Man. And on that topic, there has been a variety of Mega Man toys that have been released both here in America and a lot more in Japan as Rockman. And the few that I have a couple of them at my office and everything, and they're alright, but they're very cutesy, which is understandable because it's the original Mega Man. But when I saw this on Amazon, there was just something about it that struck with me right away. I mean, it's a very serious, mature-looking figure. It's modeled very, very well, so that was one of the things that attracted me to it. And again, I got this off Amazon. I believe I paid about 45 bucks for it. So when this package actually arrived at the door, I guess the first thing that was a little shock was the box was actually pretty small, and I was thinking, oh God, please don't be one of those 2-3 inch figures. And upon opening it up and you take a look at X, you can tell that he's about 5 to 6 inches in height, so not too bad, a little small for my taste, but it fits in a desk nicely. The box is just very, very well detailed. I mean, they have tons of cool little features that if you're a fan of the Mega Man X games, you'll recognize right away. They talk about all the different individual components on X, just like they did in the Super Nintendo game, which is kind of cool. So if you're familiar with the intro of that, when they're discussing all the capabilities and components of X, you'll notice this right on the box. So very, very cool there. And overall, the artwork is just done very, very nicely on it. It does show a couple of the accessories that are included, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But let's actually get into talking about X himself. And overall, he's just a very well-modeled, well-crafted figure, very heavy-duty, which is very nice. Again, he's small, but he just looks perfect. They've captured the elements of X perfectly. They got away from the cute look, and they got away to capturing exactly what X is. From the little light in his helmet that you can actually see, the reflective jewel, to the inside of his X-Buster, everything is picture perfect. They did his boots well, they did the frame of Mega Man X correctly, and that's what's most important about any figure, is that they capture the image of it. He's very, very flexible. You can put him in a variety of different poses, which is really awesome. So you can really capture that dramatic Mega Man look as if he's ready to charge up the X-Buster and blast a Maverick away. Very, very cool. Now, I was telling you that he has a variety of different accessories, and they definitely didn't skip out on the accessories there. X comes with 3 different faces, and of course he comes with the stock face that you see here, which looks awesome, but he actually has 2 other faces with that, one with his mouth open and one kind of gritting his teeth. So if you want more of a astonished or pissed off Mega Man, then you can actually pop that face in there. Very easy to do. You just pop the face right out, pop the next one in, which is very, very cool. He also comes with a couple of different things for his X-Buster. There's a 3-shot that you can get, as well as a supercharged up X-Buster shot, which is really cool. There's a couple other components that you can actually add onto his X-Buster, so it can look like there's a blast coming out of the 3-shot, as well as a couple other things. So they definitely didn't skip out on accessories there, which is very, very nice. However, I do have a complaint, and maybe this is just with my particular X figure, or this may be others. My main complaint about the X-Buster shot and the charged X-Buster shot is it seems a little too heavy for X to handle. I had to put X in a very limited amount of poses in order to get him to stand up with this thing. You kind of got to really counter the weight well. So if you have kind of like a base that you can put on, of course you could get a really cool pose out of it, but I found X was getting top heavy really fast with the Mega Buster blast thing. So probably another little mark off for that, but overall it's still a very nice figure. Now at $45, am I absolutely satisfied with this thing? Yes and no. I would say that for that much, I'd really expect a bigger figure. Then again, this is an import, so that's got that going for it. And just a little bit more reinforcing on X in terms of being able to hold a blaster would be a nice boost. That being said, though, he's definitely one of the coolest Mega Man figures I've ever owned. And because the faults on this are kind of technical in certain degrees, and can't really be faulted all the way due to the fact that you could pose it differently and due to the fact that it's an import. I'm not going to knock it down too much, but I'm going to go ahead and give Mega Man X here a 4 out of 5. Very, very cool. If you're a Mega Man fan, you probably already have this. Definitely happy with this. And as another quick announcement, there's actually a different version of this figure coming out that's going to be available at the San Diego Comic-Con with a shiny armor paint to it. So it'll make it look even more cooler. So if you want to pick up one of these and you want to go for the collector's aspect of it, definitely get the San Diego Comic-Con edition of this. Should be very, very cool. That's all, folks. Mike Murtis with Gamer Logic here. Peace.